Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter if you're not already because we have a great conversation there every day. I tweet during games, give you deep stats, so get on there and follow us at B-Ball Source. I went through last night's game between the Warriors and the Jazz, and one thing of note was neither of these teams ran horns. It was very, very strange, particularly because both these teams have done it and get great shots out of it. So I'm kind of mystified by that. Also, the Warriors didn't play too badly. However, the Jazz were able to get 10 threes and shoot very well from three-point land, and that gave them quite a bit of separation. The Jazz opened in a bit of a horn set with two high posts but no guys in the corners, and there's a lot of action to the right side of the floor, which opens up space in the low block to go to work for Al Jefferson against Andrew Bogut in the post, and he abuses him. The Warriors get Bogut back in the post, and when they cut off, they get his really great passing and free throws. We've talked about how I think Steph Curry should be a two guard, and here he does bring the ball up, but he gives it up early to get a pin down screen, then he can go to the hoop and attack like a two guard, giving it up to David Lee for the layup. The Warriors try to spread the floor as much as possible and attack from the perimeter, and watch how Al Jefferson is supposed to step up and then Tinsley is going to rotate and help him. None of this happens and they get a layup. From time to time, the Jazz run lethargic offense. Here, Tinsley gets stuck in no man's land between the wing and the corner. They don't set a good screen by Foy on the down screen here. There's no movement on the weak side, another ineffective screen on the left side, and when they finally swing it to the post, there's virtually no time left on the clock, and they actually miraculously make this shot. Same play with Gordon Hayward in, and this time he's going to swing the ball early and run pinch post action. This is very nice stuff. They get a pin down on the weak side and an open shot for a three that doesn't go down. And here's an example of Al Jefferson dominating the offense and everything goes stagnant. There are no cutters to the hoop, there is no movement on the weak side, and ultimately as the shot clock winds down, he's got to take an 18-footer that bricks off the back of the rim. Now watch this great offense. Pin down for Gordon Hayward to give him separation from Klay Thompson. Then they're going to screen across the lane so there's no hedge there. And Landry's going to go for this shot fake even though he's about 8 feet away from the shooter. They get a beautiful pick and roll action and a dunk. Same play, but Jarrett Jack is able to play this better by instituting ice, which is forcing the baseline on the left side, and you'll see that Landry is supposed to come over and contain the ball handler. He comes over way too far, there's David Lee way too slow coming over, and there's Favors' nice layup. It's the same play again, and they're going to do ice, but watch how David Lee is way too low to contain on this ice play. They're just going to throw it to Millsap instead of having him screen the ball. He gets right to the hoop and gets fouled. The Jazz also broke into classic UCLA high post offense and even getting as far as hitting short 17, which is another word for pinch post, Al Jefferson up high. And when they swing it and you miss a long shot against the Warriors and it's a long rebound, look out. Watch David Lee sprint, Gordon Hayward has to help to stop the layup, and that gives up a wide open three. The Warriors run a 1-2-2 zone and the Jazz ran the same play, sending the weak side forward around to the corner and then looking for high-low. Favors dribbles the ball when he shouldn't, Kanter doesn't cut to the hoop, making it a tougher shot. Same exact play again, weak side forward going to the corner, but watch Jack take away the high post pass, and suddenly the offense dies. They can't get much action here, and the shot clock is now going against them. However, here comes Burks around a little screen and hits a tough shot. The third zone possession in a row, and this time they don't go all the way to the corner, they get a down screen on the right side. Lee is terrible getting around it, and they splash a three. For the fourth possession in a row against the zone, they run the same offense to a post-up for Derek Favors down low. But watch how they suck Jarrett Jack into the lane on the cut, wide open three on the right side, splash. The Warriors are slowly working Bogut back into the lineup, but he's pretty rusty and doesn't finish well at all near the hoop. While the Jazz were doing a lot of team offense, the Warriors were getting a lot of scores off tough shots like that, and letting Curry go to work off the dribble, making Foy look like a little silly person. In our last breakdown of the Warriors, we showed a cool play where they had a double screen for Curry and he ran between them. Well, here's the same play, but on the left side down in the corner, and they get him open, but he doesn't get a shot off. However, it does open up some space for Harrison Barnes to go right to the hoop and finish strong. More offense with Curry going away and curling around the screen. You can't go underneath that screen and give him that much separation. Here's where the Jazz took control of the game. Great defensive play by Tinsley for the block, and even though they missed the layup in transition, Tinsley hustles to save it, and watch how Curry is going to tell Bogut, of all people, to pick up Foy in the corner. That ain't going to work. Splash. Another zone possession by the Warriors, and they take away the high-low pass again, so they let Al Jefferson go to work in the post. They do a very nice job forcing up a bad miss, but watch how Steph Curry gives up on the play, and on the save, leaves Marvin Williams wide open to nail this three. Still in the zone, they do a nice job doubling down on the baseline, but watch how Biedrins get separation inexplicably from Al Jefferson. In a key sequence here, they try and isolate against Jarrett Jack with Gordon Hayward. He misses the post up, and that leads to a fast break three-pointer by Steph Curry. Little did they know that was going to be the last bucket they make for a few minutes when the Jazz take control of this game. And one of the reasons why they didn't score was Landry misses a dunk here, but the Jazz come running back down and wildly miss their own shot. And in another wild sequence, here come the Warriors back again, and they can't get a basket and have to foul, giving up 2 free throws in a 12-point lead they never recover. So there you have it, sports fans. In my opinion, Mark Jackson ran too much zone and ran it too many times consecutively. The Jazz were able to get used to it and get good shots, and that's what helped them make so many three-point plays. There wasn't the rebounding because the Warriors out-rebounded the Jazz, and so when you're looking at what happened in the game and why the Jazz were able to win, I'm looking at the zone defense. So mix it up more, Coach Jackson. Use it a little bit and then go back to man and then go back to zone again, but just not so many times consecutively. Well, thanks for joining us, sports fans. Lots more coming up, including a top 5 point guards breakdown and an article and breakdown companion that we're working on that will rock the NBA world, so stay tuned for that. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?